Oh, hey! Welcome to another episode of SquareMax Customs. This week, we're going to try to do a cheap bed floor in the wifey 63 C10. We went to the store to get some lattice, and we happened to look over and see $3.48 boards. So we're going to see what we can do. Follow me on in the garage, and we'll show you what the boards look like. $48. How can you beat that for a bed floor? Especially when you go on Old Evil Bay and it's like $800. So we're just gonna burn these boards and lay some clear on them to give them a little character. And we'll see what we can do. We gotta cut the whole piece of metal out of the floor. We'll do that later when it's not 100 degrees out in the Florida sun already this year. Stay tuned, we're gonna get burning these.
One eternity later.
Well, what do you think? That's not too bad for however long it took, and $5 can of gas. And I mean, I didn't use a lot. The old can was almost empty, but she'll look pretty good in the 63. Hey, what do you think?
I like it.
Do you like it better like this?
Wait, what is this?
Hold up. Or do you like that side better? What do you think, girl?
I think this one's better.
Me too. You're just a sexy piece. Now I'm gonna give you a little back history on this truck. Me and the wifey bought this thing about a year ago, but we spent over a year trying to buy it. This truck sat abandoned in an open pole barn for 30 plus years. Spark plugs were out and the engine was seized up. Old 3-speed on the tree. We picked her up, brought her home. We just loaded the engine with oils and lubricants, and we finally got her on seized. Still got the old 3 on the tree. We put all brand new tires on it, all brand new brakes. Made a homemade exhaust. That's an old satellite dish pipe, fellers, just so you know. Ran a brand new fuel tank, and yes, it's still behind the seat. Rebuilt the old carburetor. Brand new radiator and coolant system. And we've been driving the hell out of her. As an original as we can keep it. It was painted at one point in time in its 60 plus years of living. It used to be a babyer blue with like a white top. But that was way before the 30 years of it's just sitting there resting in a pole barn for us to come and buy it. She got a little whiskey dent on this side. We popped her out a little bit. We gotta get a basketball or something and try that. I put an old tube inside that door, blew it up, and it popped 90% of the dent out. But this morning I gotta get the grinder out and grind these off. But whoever put this metal in was awesome. They just welded it to the top of the old carriage bolts or whatever they're called. So at least we can reuse the bolts, hopefully. And we won't have to grind the piss out of everything to get it off. But look at that sheet of metal. I wonder what we can build out of that. Well, stay tuned. I'm going to get the grinder going. I think we got it all ground down. Maybe. This is the big reveal. We don't know what it looks like. Oh, there's a floor, babe. We didn't even need to replace it. I think we missed one. Maybe. Hold in there with me. Oh, it's heavy. That's what it is. I'm just a little baby. Oh, it's heavy. Well, that's a nice piece of steel. Look, that's like a bumper or two bumpers for the Duramax build, maybe. I'm out of breath. Woo! Don't smoke cigarettes, people. It kills. Quit, what, 2 years ago now, and it's still killing me. Well, I think we can make some of these work, huh? I hope they're not rotted all the way through. I'll pull a girl forward, baby. Listen to that little one freaking single piper sing. Oh, scratch the tailgate. Whoa! Make sure you wear steel toes. Your toes are important. Hey, that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I think we can reuse all. They don't. How do I get them off? Oh my god, we gotta go underneath. This was a bad idea. All right, well, that's not too bad, guys. I really thought it was gonna be way worse than that. But yeah, I guess we got some more ripping apart to do, and I'll get back to you guys. Remember, hit that like button. Go subscribe, please, and thank you. Only if you enjoy. Stay tuned. She's in the shop. It's way too hot outside. But look at all these bolts. Look at all of them. You know how many bolts that is? There's 96 of them that we have to take out. 98 if I have to pull these two. Do you know what 98 times one stripped bolt is? A long time. That's what it is. It's crazy. I don't know why we thought about doing this. It was not a good idea. I do not recommend this. Well, I hope you guys get some laughs out of it. Watch along. Well, the wood's off. Now we just have 98 bolts to take off. That stuff about crumbled apart. Only half of this board and half of this board was solid. What a dusty mess. One step closer. Now the fun part. See how many of these actually come out. 98. Does anybody want to place any bets? Put your bet down in the comments now. Got them almost all out. This is not a fun game. Not fun at all. Damn. We don't have them almost out. We still got the outside ones. But I saved you all the trouble listening to the old Goo Goo. Put you on fast play. Oh, we might have missed one. We did. Oh, good. I might skip that one. Maybe it's stripped. I think we have a 50-50 ratio on them breaking and coming out. Wish we got her off. It's getting smarter than it. Skip that one off. Oh, coach. Tricked me like that. You guys get the easy one. Just sit back and watch. Broke it. Look at that. Forgot another one. Never ended. Well, that was a lot of fun. I think it wasn't fun. It was not fun. We're getting there. I got a couple more to pull off. Then we gotta pull the bed bolts out. We didn't pull the bed bolts off. And then I'll get back to you guys in just a little bit after these commercials. Well, we got all the rails out for the most part. I think I still gotta pull these ones out. I'm gonna try to sneak the board underneath there. We'll see how it goes. And I think I'm gonna have to go buy all new bolts because yeah, only maybe 40% of them came out. The rest of them either stripped or snapped or got had with the death wheel. So I'll probably have more money in hardware than I do in the actual lumber, but we'll see. Okay, we're gonna lay some boards in here because I'm impatient. I want to at least see what it might look like. What is this? This is an 8-foot bed, which is awesome. These are 8-foot boards, like 8 foot on the dot. Yeah, the bed's like 8 foot 1 inch, so I'm missing an inch of board. But we'll figure that out when the time comes. Well, we gotta lay them in there, at least get an idea of what it's gonna look like. I feel like they wanted me to buy 10-foot boards and I was gonna waste almost 2 foot of it. Are they gonna fit in there perfectly? I thought we were gonna have this. Ooh, look at that board. She'll straighten out. She's round. I think after we leave a little gap for all the bolts, she'll look good. That one board, oh my god. We dug through the pile too. That was straight 2 days ago. Well, straight-ish. I think that's gonna look pretty good with the rails back in there. Surprisingly, none of the rails were rusted through. Gotta pound the old carriage bolts out, sand them. Got one bent one, but we'll fix that with a hammer. I'm not sure what color. Maybe just spray the rails black, but she'll look good in there. I'm telling you. And it didn't cost us $800. Well, would you look at that? If you squint, it's mint. No, it's not too bad. I just laid it in there to show you a little bit better. We got enough rails too. And we just guessed at the store. But I need to get like a lot of bolts. But we'll put it on old budget, see how much it cost us in the end. I mean, they didn't come out too hard. She's sort of straight-ish. There's the collection. I figured I'd show you guys the wood bed that was in the 63, or what's left to it. It about disintegrated as we pulled it apart. I mean, good fire starter. Old hippie bus. And the wife told me I should move that piece of metal I pulled out of the bed like right after I threw it on the ground, but I proceeded to wait like 6 hours. So I went to the Dollar General and got some green spray paint. I'm gonna try to rebuild the lawn before she notices. I don't want to get in too much trouble, fellers. Look at that, fellers. Almost good as new. She'll never know. Gotta hurry up. I hear her coming. I mean, you can hardly tell. She'll never know. All right, I gotta put you guys down. I gotta hurry up and get the rest of this done before she comes. I just took a 15mm socket and pounded them all down through. Boop. It worked good. Look at this, guys. Went to Tractor Supply this morning. $3.99 a pound. $17. Like, I thought it was gonna be like $50 worth of hardware. 17 bucks. And 48 bucks worth of wood so far. Can't beat that. I'm not gonna go crazy on these. Gotta keep the rustic look. You know, the old girl ain't like a complete show truck, although I would have no problem showing her. But she ain't like a SEMA pretty truck. So we're just gonna wire wheel these halfway, and we're gonna leave the rust and the black, and it'll pop with the wood. Well, I'm gonna start fitting these boards in here. I'm gonna try to just fit it underneath this. And like I said, the boards should be like 8 foot 1 inch. They're only 8 foot long. So we'll have like an inch gap up here, but we'll fix that later. Don't worry about it. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm just gonna drill new holes as the boards go. I'm gonna try to keep them all consecutively the same size. They had like 6 inch, 6 inch, 8 inch, 8 inch, 2 inch. I didn't really like that. I'd rather it look somewhat even. But yeah, hang in there, watch me. I'll put you guys back on fast play so you can watch me struggle. We'll see how well this goes. I'm not sanding all that and painting it. You all can get mad if you want, but I'm not doing it. Look how solid that is. This truck's a 63. I mean, there's 30 plus years of Alabama red mud on there. That stuff's better than undercoating. So we're just gonna put the new bed down, and it'll look exactly the same under there, and it won't be no big deal. It ain't going nowhere. It's not gonna rust away. I'm saving myself all that time. Oh yeah, factory, these boards would have like a groove going down where this metal plate would sit into. I got a table saw, and I'm sure we could do that if we have to, but I don't plan to do that either. I'm just gonna lay them on and zoom, rip them down, and it's gonna look good. I'm telling you, it'll look way better than a piece of steel in there. Or I mean, I could do a 90 other 1,000 YouTubers do and throw a couple metal signs down, but yeah, I thought this would look better. So I'll stop rambling now. I apologize. Okay, that was a lot harder than it needed to be. Don't do what I do. Maybe, you know, take these bolts out or trim the edge of the board a little bit. But, I mean, she's in there. That's what you're getting. Well, we got the outside 4 boards on, 2 on each side, and we got 4 of the bed bolts on. They're supposed to be 8, but I mean, if 4 ain't gonna hold it, 8 never would. But I mean, it don't look too bad. The bed ain't going nowhere. I don't know why we need 8 of them. But she's getting there. She looks pretty fancy. Told the wife we're gonna leave the center out. She wasn't happy with that. I said it'd be easier to do drainage, oil changes and stuff on 4-wheelers. She's a sweet old truck, guys. And girls, and whoever else is watching. She got some whiskey dents, but she's not perfect. But boy, do we love her. She got that anti-millennial theft device, you know. Not only is she a standard, she's a 3 on a tree. A lot of people don't even understand what that is. I'm tired of drilling holes and stuff. So I figured we'd take a little breather and you can check the old girl out. I mean, I put all brand new brakes on it, new coolant system, radiator, water pump, all that good stuff, a tune-up. She's actually got the fuel pump that was on it 30 plus years ago. She's a high torque 230, you know, she got all the horses behind her. But she ain't too bad. I mean, she's got a couple of spots coming through here and there. But we don't want to sand her down and paint her. We just want to drive the old girl. They don't all have to be redone. Some of them you just have to leave alone and appreciate them the way they are. And, you know, give them a little TLC here and there. A little bit of love. We're going to do that whole bed floor for under $100. Like, how do you can't beat that. I'm telling you, I went online, it was like $800. That didn't excite me at all. She was painted at one point in time. I mean, she probably looked good with a white top. It's a different blue. But, let me tell you something, guys. I don't know how people would put a 350 or anything with any power in here. I take a corner too fast and I about slide all the way across the seat into the wifey's lap. We almost got it. 3 more boards. 2 more boards, 3 more strips. Here's the ratchet. Yes. Where are you? Boom, just like that. It wasn't too bad. Time to climb underneath and, well, the wifey's down there, so she'll put the nuts on. I'll hold the top and she'll get them all ripped out. Well, not too shabby. I climb underneath and, ooga-dooga them bolts down still, but I'll get there. Here's our 1 inch that we're missing on our board. But, I mean, what was I supposed to do? Buy 10-foot boards and cut 23 inches off? That didn't make no sense. I don't like wasting. So, we're gonna fix it with a piece of metal. We'll just cut the strip out, drill a couple holes, it black, and yeah, she'll look good. You got. We'll just take that piece. We'll notch it out a little bit, of course. Oh, look at that, cut a little long. It's always good to have an extra, not enough. But we'll slide it in there, drill a couple new holes. A couple of them line up in the center from where the 6-inch boards were. And probably spray it black, I think. That'll fix that gap. Well, it's not perfect. I just sprayed it with whatever was laying in the old paint cupboard over there. A little hammered something brown and some blue that I had in there. It don't match perfect, but I mean, it's not bad. So I'll slide that down in that hole there, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm not gonna complain for some redneck color matching. I mean, that won't be too bad. We'll drill some holes and zip that down. What gap? It's gone. Magic. Well, how you beat that? We're $70 invested. Not even. That looks pretty freaking good to me. And before, you know, you guys all get mad at me, I just want you to know. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 2. I put all 8 bed bolts in. We don't have it here. Not, at least not all the time. Look at that, $70. Much better than $800. And it's custom, one of a kind. Done in shop. How you beat that? We're gonna throw some clear coat on this. You guys can go buy whatever you want. This is like the cheapest clear coat you can get online. I think it was like $100 for the kit. I've had it laying around forever. So we'll just add like $30 on. So you're still under $100. You don't have to use automotive clear coat. You probably go to the hardware store and buy something to put on it. But this is what we have. And I don't want to spend extra money when I have this stuff laying around. It's a 4-to-1 mix ratio. And there's no problem with using automotive clear coat on wood at all. See, it's not even perfectly clear. It's a little yellowed already. This stuff's from like 2017. Well, we're gonna mix this up, and then we want to spray it on, but a lot of you guys at home might not have an air compressor and a gun. So we're gonna brush it on. Well, the wifey's gonna brush it on. Look at that, make the wood pop. We're just laying it on with a big old brush that we had laying around. This is pressure treated wood, so I guess technically we don't have to do this, but boy is it, it looks so sexy. Alright, I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse so we can put the fans. Well, there you go. $100 wood bed floor. I mean, you can't really beat it. Wait till you see this. I mean, would you look at that? It just makes you want to like clear the whole truck now. How about you guys, but we're rather satisfied for a $100 bill. Fancy. Well, that's gonna end it for this week's episode. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you hit like and go subscribe if you watched the whole video. You might as well. That way you know when I post something next week. Come on, one more glamour shot at this floor. Ooh, she gonna haul some garbage this week to the dump. Needs to dry. We need to go to dang Home Depot again or Lowe's and go get some more material for the porch. We like using the 63 because we can put a full 4x8 sheet of anything in the bed and we can close the tailgate. It lays down flat still. It's really nice. Don't get me wrong, I like my square body, But we made her a short bed, so it don't lay down. Plus the bed's always filled with tools and stuff. Ooh, I can't get enough of it. That came out nice. Catch you next week.